are you, ladies and gentlemen? I am Engineer Noel K. Ngowi, and I would like to share to you in the year 2022 on what Africa needs to do for it to develop technologically. You know, it's around 60 years since Africa got independence. Many countries in Africa, for example, Ghana got independence in 1957, Nigeria 1961, Tanganyika 1961, Kenya 1963. So we are around 60 years old, and we need to do evaluation whether we were effective in developing technologies in Africa. Let me tell you that Africa cannot even afford to use the technologies developed in the 18th century up to in the 19th century, like the electric motor, the electric pump, in most countries transformers, the engine. We cannot make them. We as black Africans ourselves, we cannot utilize those ideas and develop our own industries without the white person or without the Chinese and whatsoever. So it's high time now Africa needs to consider that it is important for us now to do practical application of those technological ideas which have been developed so far. We have been doing a lot of researches. We have trained a lot of scientists, but we are not making a forward step in technological development. What is the reason and what needs to be done? I have some 10 points which needs to be applied towards technological development. Number one, we must know what is technology. We must have the right definition. You know that technology came from a Greek word technologia, the study of the art. They were studying how to do things. And now another definition came that technology is applied science. This came later. But mind you, the word science came later after the word technology, because the word technology comes from, the word science comes from the word scientia, knowledge that can be rationally explained. This came later after having the word technology, a study of the art. So we need to know that technology is not a mere application of science. It is having the art on how to do things. So you may have all the sciences in the world and yet have no technology. The second problem with the African intellectual is that we have despised the technician. You know, technician is the connector between the scientist and the actual real world. Without a technician, you don't have technology. No technician, no technology. See, the words, they are related. Technician and technology. Despising a technician is like having a car, a big car, which have got a very big engine, but it does not have a connection, a propeller shaft to connect the motion between the engine and the tires. You know, I can say that the scientist, you can relate him with the engine, but the technician whom we are despising is the connector, is the propeller shaft connecting the motion. So if we want technological development, the scientists need to be able to work with the technician. Number three, our education system need to build the ideas, not just making people claim scientific theories without ideas. And so it should be systematic. People should be taught step by step, instead of waiting when they come at the university. Then we put a lot of theories which makes the students claim, not understand, and therefore they can have no ideas on what they need to do in order to apply the knowledge. And then we need collaboration with the industries. Collaboration between the universities and the industry is very important. Mind you, I read somewhere where they say that 40% of African scientists are in OECD countries, that they are in UK, in Germany, in Japan, in USA, etc. Why are they there? Because they've developed a very good system where the industries are well organized, and the industries wants to get information or scientific researches on how they are going to improve their industries. But in Africa, the industries are not related with the universities. Everyone is working independently. But now it's high time now we build that relationship, and the academia need to build that relationship with the industry, so that what is being taught should be relevant, but it should be also useful in development of our industries. So collaboration with the industries and the university is very important. Number 5, we need to know that technology is multidisciplinary, so we need to be able to work as teams. For example, when you want to make an asphalt concrete plant, you need a mechanical engineer, electrical, a civil engineer, ICT people who can work together and develop such an industry. And when we work as individuals, we find ourselves that we cannot manage to develop those technologies because of individualistic mindset. We need to work as teams. And also, number 6, brainstorming is very important among African intellectuals. Normally, the normal meetings of African intellectuals are those of presentation. Somebody does a presentation on how he or she did a research. He gives an introduction, historical background, problem statement, data collection and analysis, and he gives recommendations and conclusions. But now we need African intellectuals to meet with the ideas, and those ideas they do a brainstorming with other people who can, so that they may develop industries and not just theories. We need to brainstorm to find, even I can say Thomas Edison, who discovered electric bulb, used teamwork to brainstorm, and he got the ideas for the lamp holder from a technician, mind you. So brainstorming is very important between people of different disciplines, different cadres, different levels of education, because technological development and ideas can come from top or from down, as Thomas Edison got that idea. And number 7, we need sympathetic sociological ethos, the readiness of the society to contribute towards technological development. During first industrial revolution, the middle income people, like the doctors, the lawyers, the economists and whatsoever, contributed from their salaries to technological development. But Africans are ready to contribute towards weddings, marriages, and celebrations, but we are not ready to contribute towards technological ideas from our youth. We need to cultivate that culture. And also our companies, in virtue of social contribution, they should contribute towards technological development, and not only to contribute towards football team and toward the musical bands and whatsoever, but should be ready also to contribute to technological development of our continent. And then number 8, the universities need to be business minded in such a way that they can take all the researches done, and they say, we have done this and such researches, and these researches can help us solve problems, and why have they not been able to be utilized to solve problems, and what they need, to market those, findings from the researchers, and also build a relationship with the industry, the politicians and whatsoever, to make sure that those findings are useful in solving actual technological problem. And then we need to cultivate a long time learning. Learning is very important. We should know that learning does not end in universities or in getting certificates. We need now to learn in order to solve actual problem. We need to learn to find ideas and to find opportunities. We should learn from schools, from YouTube accounts, from experienced people etc. Number 10, we need the collaboration between the old and the young people. We need to collaborate instead of the old people just saying, you know, you young people, fresh graduates, be creative. You know, there is no employment. No, we need to sit together with them and give them ideas on what they can do in order to enhance employment. You know, all the people have got exposure, have got experience. All the people of Africa, all the intellectuals have gone throughout almost all of the world, and we have seen a lot of ideas. We have seen how other people are doing things. I remember one time seeing the pictures from my sister went to Jamaica, and he saw, and the pictures show how they are transporting banana from where they are cultivated to where they are packing using cables. So we need to bring those ideas now to the young people. Instead of telling them, be innovative, be creative. And also we need also, instead of telling people to be creative, now we need to start by creative imitation. We need to imitate what other people are doing. As those technologies, for example, discovered in the 19th century, they have no one can say that they belong to him. No one can say that I have a patent on this technology. So we need to start by imitating, and this should be started by the old people, should be initiated by old people, so that we may help the young people now to be innovative. We need to show examples. Thank you for listening to me.